So having cruised into Worsley yesterday, we woke up to a fantastic morning and decided to go and explore this beautiful and extremely historic village. Morning, Mrs L.
Good morning. Birthday boy.
Wasn't that a fabulous little walk we've had this morning?
It was fabulous.
We don't very often do that, do we?
I'm so pleased we moved off Trafford moorings.
Oh gosh, we would have just, I said it earlier, we would have sailed through here and gone, oh that's pretty. Carry on. And you, mate. Might see you out there if you... I'll come back this way, then I'm going to the Llangollen, so I'll go down to the Middlewich. I'll go across Middlewich and I'll see you around then.
See you there.
All right, mate. So yeah, I'd recommend anybody to come here and actually build in some time though. Don't just use it as an overnighter, which is what we very nearly did. So definitely come here and with a plan to properly doing the heritage stuff, because it's really important actually. So I think day 5 turned out to not be what we thought it was going to be, as in just another cruise, and show you a little bit around Worsley and the wonders that we've just discovered ourselves.
The wonders of Worsley.
The wonders of Worsley.
Worsley wonders.
Yes. So here we are in Worsley. Now this is a bit of a gem that we almost went back. If we'd have just stayed at the Trafford Centre moorings, which weren't great, we'd have just trundled through here this morning and gone, oh that's pretty. But because we stayed here last night, got a chance to sort of realise that there was a bit more to here than we thought. And we've come for a walk this morning, absolutely fantastic. So up here is the Delph, and it went into I don't know, 52 miles of underground tunnel, so they were getting coal from under the ground. Instead of bringing it up through a pit shaft, they were bringing it out via water, via a canal underground. And then this ultimately is the Bridgewater Canal, which then took all that stuff into Manchester. So in effect, the Delph is kind of the birthplace of the English Canal Revolution and therefore the Industrial Revolution. Brindley was all part of the Bridgewater Canal, and then ultimately came to Birmingham and started doing stuff there, and the Trent and Mersey, and you know everything kicks off from there. So what a fantastic discovery. I'm so glad that we took the time to come and see this place. It's beautiful. I would easily come here and stay Airbnb or something, or in this little hotel, because I think there's so much more here that we're just going to scratch the surface right now. But let's go for a walk around the Delph. So Francis Egerton, the 3rd Duke of Bridgewater, had coal mines at Worsley. The coal seams ran under the higher ground to the north. The issue was that the mines were flooding. So his land agent John Gilbert saw that it was possible to connect the canal directly to the mines by way of an underground canal. So this in turn could then help drain the mines as well. So not only could they reach the seams via the tunnels, but the water that would then flow out from there on the canal could then feed the larger Bridgewater Canal.
John Gilbert, the Duke of Bridgewater's steward, was an architect. And then what he designed was what's called the inclined plane.
Right.
And that's where, using a series of underground locks and pulleys and trolleys, the boat loaded with coal would descend the incline, linking the 2 levels, and its weight would pull up the second empty boat ascending the incline. Simple but brilliant invention of its time.
Very much so. These torpedo shapes, which are seen around the village as benches or silhouettes in the water, are indeed artistic depictions of the boats used to navigate and ultimately carry the coal from out of the tunnels. They were called starvationers, mainly because you could see their ribs, and they were the actual forerunner for the narrowboats we use today. Their capacities varied, carrying between 2 and 12 tonnes of coal. So the canal water looks like it does, that sort of red-orange colour, because of the iron ore deposits from the rock faces. I believe it's no longer leaching from out of there. Most of what you see now is what is churned up from the silt below. So this is the oldest house in Worsley. I mean, it's not massively old, but it predates the canal, so it's probably one of the only things in the town that was here before the canal, and the canal 1761. Incredibly, beneath the hillside here There are I've seen two figures. One says 47 miles, one says 52 miles. So there's an awful lot of mileage below these hills. And it was on several levels. There were 4 different levels that connected to each other via water-powered lifts. So it was all about gravity. So something would fill with water, so that was heavy. So as that dropped down to the lower level, it took an empty boat up, container up, and then that was filled. The Bridgewater Canal is sometimes described as England's first canal. That's not entirely true. The Romans did something. Foss Dyke was navigable back in the Roman times. There's been different sort of ship canals created across the country, so rivers made navigable. The first important landmark, however, was creating the river navigation for the Sankey Brook, which was near Warrington, and that carried coal from St Helens and down to the River Mersey into Liverpool. But you see, in navigating that, most of that became a cut at the side of the river. So that was kind of seen as that first chance. But whilst that was being built, the Earl of Bridgewater saw that. He'd also seen the Canal du Midi in France, and he decided that this is something he could do. So they got hold of good old James Brindley. In 1758 he was appointed as chief engineer, chief surveyor, and by 1761 it was up and running and working. And so the Bridgewater Canal really was the start of that major industrial revolution, transport revolution. It all happened from here. So I'm absolutely honoured to be seeing this and witnessing this. If you get any opportunity going forwards in the future to come down and have a look at this, if you've got any interest in this sort of thing at all, there's so much information around here, so many information boards, so many little sort of memorials and statues and just everything. They're obviously really proud of this, and rightly so, and it's a beautiful village to boot.
Let me introduce you to the Mining Act of 1842.
It looks like me.
Let me just get these. Ow, 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 ow.
What's the Mining Act of 1982?
Common practice to employ whole families in the collieries. Males would typically hew the coal, and women and children would transport it underground as they had a smaller stature, making it easier for them. In 1842, you saw the finally outlawed practice through the coal mines under the passing of the Mining Act 1842.
Not sure I trust that.
So we had our cocktails last night.
Yeah, we had to do it at Barton Arms. The Barton Arms. It was all right, wasn't it? It was just it was a bit of a what's it pub chain, wasn't it? It's typical of standard chain type pubs. But yeah, it was okay. It was okay. Now we know of a bit more of a town there. It probably would have been wiser to have gone and explored, but we're more just around the corner really from what then becomes obvious to you when you just walk 500 yards. Suddenly you're in a completely different place. So come in a little bit on the canal. If you're coming in from Manchester, don't just moor up on the first place available. Come round to where all the buildings are, the older buildings, not the modern ones that are on your right as you're coming from Manchester. Come round a bit, and there's a lot more there. Changing the weather today, missus. A bit cooler, a bit breezier.
Still Still sunny though.
Yeah, very sunny. That's the main thing. It's a bit of a relief, really. I think yesterday was getting a little bit too hot, and we probably induced burns on ourselves that are, in this day and age, not appropriate. Always use sunscreen.
Yes. Well, to be fair, we did use sunscreen. I'd got
You
factor
did?
50
No,
on
we
all
did.
day.
And I'd got factor 50 on the top of my head. You know, that old bald patch that's getting bigger. I'll soon be fully bald, won't I? Why will I be soon fully bald?
Because you've got the part of Daddy Warbucks and Annie.
Daddy Warbucks. So, Thursday, the 27th of June.
Is that a special day?
Kind of.
Why? Why is it special?
It's my 59th birthday.
It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Happy birthday, darling.
Thank you, gorgeous. 59. What are we going to do next year?
I'm hoping that we're going to be on. Good
Morning,
morning.
right.
I'm hoping that we're either going to be on a cruise or we will be doing a 4-week trip around Vietnam, Cambodia, and Thailand.
Oh,
Those are kind of your choices as it's your 60th.
I like the Vietnam, Cambodia thing.
Do you
Can
like
we
the cruise
afford
as
it?
well? It's very cheap, to be fair, if you kind of like don't eat as much as you do.
To sell the boat.
Oh, sorry, we may. Love you, but hey.
Fickle as we are. I
Always,
really like
always
that. That's a
benefit.
lovely house, isn't it? That,
Which one?
The
Oh,
black
the,
and white one there. It's not as old. It's not Elizabethan, which is, I think that's the style, isn't it, of Elizabethan? But that, I think, replaced the original thing that was there when this canal was constructed.
In 1968, which is the year that I was born.
You sound like me, quoting dates.
1968, the year that I was born. The Queen visited here, and what they tried to do is turn, because the canal's kind of like this red colour, ochre colour, because of the iron ore from the mining tunnels. They actually put some blue in it to turn the canal blue for the Queen.
There you go.
Went horribly wrong. And went
Turned
to
red.
No, green. A very, very dirty green colour.
Through Worsley Bridge. Someone fell over there.
Pardon?
I thought something fell over there.
Big sign. So, oh, she's coming back. Look at that. That's basically your plank stop then.
Yeah. We're on our way. Bye, Worsley.
Hi, Worsley. Thank you for having us.
Had a lovely birthday breakfast. Mrs Lumsden made me bacon and egg sandwich. You can't really get much better than that on your birthday. But we're off to Wigan today. We decided to go to Wigan. We've amended our route a little bit. Not a route, we've amended timings because we can't get into Liverpool on Sunday until 1 p.m. That's when ingoing traffic, inbound traffic into the dock is 1 p.m. at the top lock. So that kind of changed things because we were going to get to Litherland the night before. People had said to me, you know, just be careful where you moor. But Litherland, there's a services where most people prior to going to Liverpool go there. But that's only, it's about an hour and a half out from the top lock, maybe even less. So we don't even need to go to Litherland. We're looking at going to Melling, I think, on the Sunday. So that just gives us a bit more time in each day. So we can drop our days to 5-hour cruising days, which is nice. So that puts us today in Wigan. Again, you know, it's a town centre, not sure what those moorings will be like. It's very easy to read bad vibes about towns. I'm fighting it all the time with people going into the Birmingham Canal navigation. You know, people come on to Facebook and say, yeah, what's it like in Birmingham? And then it's that all the doom mongers come out. You know, oh, don't go there, you'll get this, kids will throw stones at you, everything gets around your prop, blah, 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 blah. But actually, you know, when you get to there are some very nice places, and I think that's the same in all towns. So Wigan, don't know. By Wigan Pier, reading it looks like around there's okay. I think Mrs L's got me a restaurant lined up for tonight for my birthday. Have I mentioned it's my birthday today? Of course, when you read this, you'll be able to send me cards, gifts, and money retrospectively. That's fine. That's fine. I'll take that. I mean, it could be Christmas by the time you're seeing this vlog, so I don't mind a joint Christmas present and a birthday present. So obviously, the value of that would be a little bit more, but I'll leave that with you. I do like single malt whiskey. If you are struggling for any ideas. And hair restorer.